You may have noticed that the race has been renamed the Michael P. Murad Memorial Bicycle Race. Michael is a gentleman who was unfortunately killed in a car accident. His parents have graciously stepped forward to sponsor our race this year, increasing our prize list. They are right here, Mr. and Mrs. Murad.
Thank you.
They ask that all that you do now is please give your best effort in this event, honor the memory of their son, keep the race as safe as possible, and have a great race. Thanks for coming out.
As the owner of a bicycle store, All American Bicycle Center, one of the reasons that I started the bicycle club was to promote the sport of cycling and also to give back to the sport of cycling in a way. When I first got into bicycle racing, it was through a bike club that was sponsored by a local bike shop. And a lot of shops do stuff to promote and just get people into the store, but I thought it would be a good way to kind of give back to the community and to give back to the sport of cycling, kind of the way like I had gotten started in the sport. I thought that would be important. And at the time we started, my wife Laura Romali and I started our bike shop in '94. The club was kind of a low-key club. We did weekend rides. It wasn't really focused on racing, although we did promote a bike race once a year. But it attracted people to the sport, not specifically to the shop, but got more people involved in it. And as more people got involved, the club grew, and more people started taking on more responsibilities, and it kind of became a separate entity. The All American Bicycle Club is based out of Damascus, Maryland, but it's incorporated separately from the All American Bicycle Store. So it's nice to see something that we started really to promote the sport of cycling take on a life of its own and attract so many more riders who have common interests. Membership of our club, it's open to anybody who's a serious recreational cyclist and competitive cyclist. We actually have a lot of varied type of cyclists, multi-sport athletes, duathletes and triathletes, as well as mountain bikers and road racers. We also have some serious recreational cyclists that have joined our club. There are a number of other cycling clubs in the Mid-Atlantic region. Some cater to basically tourists or recreational riders. Our club is geared more towards a serious recreational rider or competitive cyclist. Well, I'm 40 years old, and we have a lot of older riders. We also are trying to recruit younger riders to bring new riders into the sport. We have a lot of families who have joined our club who have younger riders, teenagers who are getting into the sport and mountain biking and have tried road cycling as well. So a varied group of individuals. Most of the people in our club range from, I'd say, in their late 20s to 40s, 50 years old, with a few younger riders. Well, there's a number of ways to get involved in the sport of cycling, and primarily it would be best if you joined a cycling club. If you're worried about getting into a race like the Tour de France or a big race with a lot of racers, if you're nervous about that, I think the best way to get involved in a race is to do a time trial, which is an individual event, and you're competing against everybody based on time, but you're riding by yourself, so you're pushing yourself to the best of your ability, and it's something that you can gauge yourself on. Say if you do 10-mile time trials, you can see how you improve from week to week or month to month. So that would be a good way to get started in the sport. Also, if you get involved with a bicycle club, you will usually have group rides or club rides throughout the week or on the weekends, and that way you can be in a more controlled environment with a smaller group of people and learn some tactics of how to ride in a group and just the dynamics of racing in general. So that would be a good way to kind of get your feet wet and get started in the sport. I got started in cycling just for fun, as getting your first red bicycle under the Christmas tree, which is always exciting. But my competitive career started when I was in high school. A friend of mine, his brother was on a bicycle racing team, and then he suggested that I go to a club race. And so I went to a club race, and then the following month I went to the annual or the monthly club meeting, and just got hooked up with the club that way.